What is up, super fam and bro vengers alike? I am Sensei Finito, aka Vane Sensei, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And we have a jam-packed list of things to talk about with y'all today. And I hope everybody is excited, hyped, and ready to get it popping on this marvelous Monday, because it is a marvelous Monday indeed. First and foremost, if you guys haven't already, make sure you follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all the latest news, movie reviews, and content that we post every single day. And you can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, opinions, and all the things that I be talking about all the time. Because I'll be talking about a lot of stuff. So make sure y'all go over there, follow me on all of the social media platforms. As of this week, I will be trying to post at least one TikTok every day. I think I might post. I'm still a little iffy on if I'm going to be posting like my stuff on Marvel Bros and my personal page, or just post it on Marvel Bros and then have my personal page doing my own thing where I talk about whatever I want to, and then just keep Marvel Bros a little bit more, with all the movie reviews and all that stuff that I do there. So I'm not sure just yet, but I think I might, it's all in the works, and it's all about trial and error. And that's what we're doing around here. So we're just going to keep on trialing and erroring it out. But while we do all of that, make sure you go over there and follow us, so you can be there for all of the things that we do not do, may or may not do for the foreseeable future. You feel me? And with all that being said, I hope everybody's having a marvelous Monday. As I've already said, we're going to jump into chat, of course, talk to you guys and see what's going on. I think for our open discussion today, we'll be talking about either Ahsoka or we can talk about Blue Beetle, because Blue Beetle is this week. So, not this week, excuse me, next week. If you guys have your tickets for Blue Beetle, let's get a 1 in the chat. If you're, okay, no, not if you have your tickets. If you're going to see Blue Beetle in theaters, let's get a 1 in the chat. If you're not going to see Blue Beetle in theaters, let's get a 2 in the chat, right? So, let's get that going, okay? Let's see if I can actually get that as a what's it called? Not a command, but let's get that in the chat. Let's see. I forget how to go into this every time. Okay, Cloudbot, right? Yeah. Polls. New poll. Are you seeing Blue Beetle in theaters? Option yes. 1. Add. No. 2. Add. Done. All right. I don't like the exclamation point vote. I'd rather it just be like 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Let's see if I can mess with that. There's no polls? Oh, poll. Here we go. Edit. Oh, of course, you'd have to vote somehow. Can I just do exclamation point? Okay. Maybe that's it. I think we got it. Let's see. Let's try to run this poll and see if it works. Here we go. There we go. Are you seeing Blue Beetle in theaters? Exclamation point 1. Did I spell that? I spelled that motherfucker wrong. Fuck it. Exclamation point 1, exclamation point 2. I spelled it like the Beatles. I spelled Beetle like the Beatles, baby. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's jump in chat. See everybody. I'm here for the quality. Oh. Oh. Here we go. I'm here for the quality meme content creator that is the only sensei. Do I make memes? I don't think I make memes, bro, but I appreciate you appreciating the content, family. Good evening. Good evening indeed, Marisu. Looks like a quality docket. Yeah, we got some good things to talk about. Sensei, we have our Jimmy Olsen for Superman Legacy, more than likely, and Adam Driver is rumored as Lex. I think Adam Driver could do a good job as Lex Luthor, but I don't know if I would want to see that. Also, I know leaks from Ahsoka and Bro Dude and Bro Dude. If any of it's true, nobody is ready. I don't think anybody is ready for Ahsoka, period, no matter what. I don't think anyone is going to be ready for Ahsoka on any level. And I'm a little nervous for Ahsoka because I feel like we're at a really divisive point for fandom, for every fandom in the world. Like every bit of news causes issues. You know what I mean? It doesn't, none of it is, yeah, I don't know. None of it is good. It's just all, it's all finangly googa. You know what I mean? It's just not it's not the strat. Okay, that didn't work for the poll. I think I gotta have a word in there for it to work. Or maybe you have to put an exclamation point space and then the number. Try that. Try to put exclamation point space 1 or exclamation point space 2. Exclamation point 1. Yeah, it's exclamation point space. Well, that's weird that you have to put the space in there. I'm not a fan of that. It seems like It seems like strike talks are off the rails again as of today. I miss our actors being able to comment on things. Yeah, I know, right? Like that's kind of crazy. Everything around the strikes is insane. I wonder how long it's going to go. I think everyone is really just holding out. The strikes are really rippling through every bit of everything that's going on in the community when it comes to like Hollywood and the movies and shows, and I don't think that ripple is going to stop anytime soon either, and it's just going to be really interesting to see where that goes and how it occurs and how it continues to blossom in one way or another. I just missed casting news for Superman Legacy. I mean, we've still got a lot of casting news, right, from Superman Legacy and different things, and the stuff we have to talk about today is going to be a full vibe as well. So, Superman is so far off. Yeah, it is pretty far off, but it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with the DC universe, and I think they're gonna be really good with it. But you know, here we go. We're gonna dive into it and talk about a lot of other stuff that they're gonna be doing. And I have a lot of other scoops that we're not gonna be able to talk about today. I'm really thinking about just doing some Scoop Central streams sometimes to just talk about the scoops themselves, because I think it's dope to do it at the end of Marvelous Monday as also, but I think it would just really brings more conversation. Well, we can do both, you know, because there's a lot of scoops that we dropping. So I guess we can cover multiple scoops in the week as well. I don't care. Superman, I've been suffering as a DC fan since 2012. Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, DC has been doing some wild stuff over the years, right? I think that's one of the biggest things is DC's just been as many hits as they've had with like Superman Legacy and all those other things like that. Superman's Legacy, Man of Steel, even Zack Snyder's Justice League and all that. It's like you can see a clear drop off of interest for the DC extended universe in one way or another. And whether it's because of the movies or the way that they actually handled things with Zack Snyder or the things that Joss Whedon was doing, like literally on every level of what they were doing, things went awry. right? Like on every level of what what WB, let's be honest, not even DC, on every level of what WB was trying to do with DC, they made the wrong decisions. Like they made a good decision with, like Man of Steel. I think they made a good decision with Man of Steel at first, but I don't think that they actually put enough investment into it. Like if they could have made the universe better, then it would have worked, but that just wasn't what they did, right? Like that's not what they did. They went a completely different way. They wanted to be like Marvel. They wanted to be like the MCU. They wanted to get all of the I think one of the hardest things about the DCEU is I don't know how, but it was getting darker and darker, and I think they were scared that they weren't going to be able to sell toys. That's really what I think WB was nervous about. And I don't know toy sales like that. You know what I mean? I don't know numbers for toy sales, but I do know that toy sales 100% dictate the future of what everyone does, whether it comes to movies or comics or whatever. It's all about toy sales and how much they can actually market the overall thing, right? That's why it was such a big deal for The Rock to come through, because it's like, yo, we can supermarket The Rock, all this extra stuff. And I mean, arguably they did do a really good job. It just didn't make the money that they wanted it to because fans didn't show up in the piles that they quote unquote needed them to, right? So that's one thing to think about, right? But you all have, on the other hand, DC just, I don't know, man. I think WB really was trying to cut costs in every way they could, and they did it more and more over the years. And once again, every decision they made was bad. Like the DC Universe app, and then going into Max, and then this, and then that, and now we're now we're not HBO Max anymore. We're just Max. It's like they can't really make up their mind, or they're just slowly getting to a place to where they're going to be like, okay, this is what's going to be happening. And if some of these scoops come to fruition in the way that they're supposed to, it's going to be pretty intense. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be pretty intense in DC. And as a DC fan, we're going to be hurting for a little bit longer. And it's not like I don't like DC. I love DC. I talk about Young Justice all the time. I talk about Teen Titans all the time. I talk about the animated stuff from DC as well, because I think that those projects are handled really well. Like I do. I think Young Justice is probably some of the best comic book shit you could get. Like one of the best comic book shows that you could get when it comes to the world building and the lore and the story being so cohesive and pretty solid, of course. And it's a children's show, and anytime those children's shows go above and beyond like that, it's just a good time. So hopefully, I really do believe that WB can get it back in order. It's just I don't know if WB wants to get it back in order as much as they want to make money. Like, I don't think their focus is, you know what I mean? Like, their focus isn't making great content, or isn't making great movies, or making a great story, or a big, amazing universe. Their focus is making big bucks, making the big dollars. That's just proof. It's just proof, and it's just not the strat. I'm right in the middle of watching the Doom that came to Gotham. It's surprisingly good. Whoa, I don't even think I know what that is. That sounds awesome. Give me some more details on that. I haven't been to theater since Mission Impossible. I haven't watched Mission Impossible. I just went to the theater last week to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it was actually freaking awesome. I'll talk about that a little bit too. So too, because personal life reasons soon. Okay, bro, I understand that. The only full theater I've seen was Endgame, so I never buy tickets in advance. Oh yeah, we talked about that, Marisu. I just want to know if we gonna see it, if y'all in there, you know what I mean? I haven't seen Rebels all the way through, and I feel like I should for so. You haven't watched all of Marisu? What are you doing? What are you doing, Marisu? Why have you not watched all of it? Get yeah, you have to watch that. We're picking up after Rebels. So you don't even know about Ezra? Yo, I don't even know what you know, Marisu. What's up, bro? How you doing, Words? I hope you're having a good one, Word. Thank you for tuning in with us today, my G. is it me or is Blue Beetle getting like zero marketing? I mean, they went really hard for like the couple of days there, and then it just kind of they just don't care. You feel me? They do not care. You know what I'm saying? They ain't tripping. They ain't tripping at all. Like they like, hey, it is what it is. But they've had people come out and talking about it, and I've seen some promotion for it, but not nearly as much as like I thought I would, right? But I mean, think about it. They don't care. They just got to get those movies out, right? They got to get those movies out. Blue Beetle getting no marketing due to strike. Yeah, strike as well as other things, right? Like, so it's going to be a really hard time for them to do a lot of stuff that they would be able to do. I think it's going to be hard for a lot of these companies to do stuff, right? I mean, look at the Marvels. We just saw that trailer, but I don't think I've seen anything about the Marvels again yet. Like, we're probably not going to see a lot of promotion for stuff until we get closer to the big releases, especially since the Marvels got hit with that not being able to be in the IMAX because of Dune. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of stuff going on in the community of that. And WB, if we really think about it, if we really want to get like zero in on it, look at it. It's WB doing Barbie stuff right now. They're not tripping about Blue Beetle because they're right in that Barbie wave way more than they even thought they would. All the way down to their I think there's supposed to be a Barbie verse that's supposed to be getting created. And that's going to be doing its own thing as well. So you know, like the WB, I'm telling you, WB is not like Marvel or DC, you know, because I mean Disney, excuse me. The thing about Disney and the reason why I think it works so well is because when we look at Disney, right, we don't just look at Disney. We like I mean lately the last like 5 years, I'll say people have been way more on, oh, it's Disney Disneyfying stuff. But I would argue that Disney has Disneyfied the MCU from the start. You know what I mean? Like from the jump, it was Disneyfied. I don't think it was anything new. I think maybe they Disneyfied it a little bit more from when they bought it. But like if you look at Iron Man, it was jokey. And it was like, okay, this is Iron Man, though. We understand it. And then it went to every single movie, and people were like, oh, I don't think everything should be jokey. But that's just what it is, you know? So 15 years now, I don't think it's worth complaining about anymore. But we will be getting, you know, like I was saying, people usually look at Marvel as Marvel, and then they look at Star Wars as Star Wars, and they look at Pixar as Pixar, and so on down the list. They don't most people don't usually judge the umbrella of Disney for everything except for like Pixar, and then of course when people be like, oh, it's Disney doing this and Disney doing that, like I said, it's happened recently, but usually it's not the whole overarching look. You're just looking at one specific company that is of course attached to another one. You can't forget that. But when you look at the company itself, every company is making their own decisions. It's not Disney making the decisions necessarily. Things are going in the way of Disney, of course, but I don't think they're you know, Disney has a seat at the board, but the table isn't filled with Disney executives. It's Marvel executives and then a Disney muff there too, you know. I guess Disney does pay for all their checks, but I don't want to get that deep. And I don't think it's ever needing to get that deep. But with WB, everything matters. They look at everything as one thing. It's not like, oh, DC. No, it's WB. Oh, it's this. No, it's WB. Barbie, WB. This, WB. Like, we're looking everything at WB. So when we make money, we make money. When we lose money, we lose money. It's not DC is losing us money. It's WB is losing us money. And so they make all these wild, irrational decisions that they should not. like that's just, so I think if we get to the point where they can make some better decisions as DC and get some creatives like James Gunn and actually let James Gunn do what he's supposed to be doing, but they're not, because we talked about Zaslav being the one that wanted Green Lantern and all these other heroes in Superman Legacy and all this stuff. He's pushing that issue. And when we hear stuff like that, it's kind of wild, because it's like, damn, he's pushing that issue, but for Marvel, it's Kevin Feige that's pushing the issues. He's the person that's like, no, let's do this, let's do that. We're gonna have a giant scroll fight. All powers are on board. Do whatever the hell you want to make that happen. Like, that's the type of thing that I love about Marvel. You know what I mean? It's like, they just hand things to creators and let them go wild with it. Sometimes it's not good. Sometimes it is good. But all the time, it's what they create. And I'm down for that at all times is to experience what people create. And my opinion on it changes, of course, because I may like it, I may not like it. Y'all know I hate Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, I think that's something I'll always say. I haven't watched it for a second time yet, but I'm not, like, that's one of my least favorite movies along with Black Widow. Black Widow, Thor: Love and Thunder, two worst movies of the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. But in my opinion, I don't really give a damn because I still like the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and those movies aren't terrible. They're just they have bad creative decisions at certain point. It's like when you watch some of these movies, it's like, okay, this is good for about like 75% of it. This movie is good for about 35% of it. And for me, my percentage is like, hey, if it goes under 46%, the movie's trash, right? But if it's above 46%, I'm cool with it. And then we continue to go down that list. You know what I'm saying? But when we come to this DC universe that we're about to get, things are already starting off as people looking at it as like, man, if this isn't at least a 75, it's over for me. If this isn't at least 100, really, a lot of people are just like, yo, I think that Man of Steel is a 100, and if Superman Legacy is not a 100, I'm done with this universe. And that's really detrimental to the universe in itself and to the brand, because in the end they'll be like, well, this is an unmarketable brand or an unsellable brand or whatever, and then what we just start doing is just selling these things to, we sell off like Marvel did. So now we have just a whole bunch of standalone movies, and I think a lot of people are way more interested in having a bunch of standalone movies. But at the same time, I know a lot of people are like, hey, when we get this superhero universe stuff, I like it to be interconnected. But I don't know what the strat is when it comes to DC anymore. I really do feel like the brand is almost beyond repair. Like, just because of the way they handled Zack Snyder, the way that the fans feel about Zack Snyder, a lot of that could be seen as, okay, even if another company does come in and buy something, if they buy it and then they don't hire Zack Snyder to do everything right away, is it gonna be a worthless buy in the end? Like, I think these are questions that these business people are actually talking about at the table. Is the brand beyond repair? When you do these things, when these things happen, is it possible that you're just giving more people reasons to not rock or to not believe in said thing? And I'm really interested in knowing how you guys feel about it when it comes to like DC. Do you feel like the brand is like unrepairable, or do you feel like fans can come back? Do you feel like do you yourself feel like no one but Zack Snyder should like run DC? Do you think that's like, how do you feel about that? I really want to know how people feel about the entire situation, because in my opinion, it's one of the biggest things that we can look at as almost like a nexus point, or like this big, huge moment that will almost shape the future of how things go for DC. Like, immediately people are not on with James Gunn. There immediately is outburst with every announcement that they make. Even if they market something, it's, people are outraged. If they don't market something, people are still outraged. It's like, hey, I don't know how we come back from this. But at the same time, if you look at the board, that's almost how every single piece of nerd content has become, is a bunch of people not liking any decision that is made on any level. And I don't know if we can come back from that. And it might just be because these things are just too big. Like I don't think you don't see a lot of people complaining about Invincible and how much they don't or do use, or The Boys and how much shit is and is not accurate in that. And I don't know if people ever will get to that point. But when we got these big giant conglomerates like Star Wars and DC and Marvel, it it just seems like it leads to way more opposition because it is such a conglomerate in the beginning, right? I don't know. I don't know. Hello, brothers. Yo, what's up with the Cavs? How you doing, G? I hope you're having a marvelous Monday. They could have banked marketing interviews if they wanted to, though. Yeah. Yeah. Warner wanting its own MCU was like Obadiah or Hammer wanting their own Iron Man suit. They wanted all the success with none of the work. Damn, Marisu came through with the heater. That's a fact, though. That's very true. They did everything they could to replicate, but it just didn't work. You know what I'm saying? It just did not work. That's fire. I think we're gonna give that a pin. I think we're gonna drop you some Marvel bucks for that too, because I really like that. Add bucks, 500. Add more. Seeing it, but I am. I think Warner should be patient to their DC universe, like what Marvel did back in 2008. I agree, but we look at them. They're doing the exact opposite. Actually, they're like, hey, we're actually just gonna start it in 2 years, and it's like, yeah, the writer's strike is definitely gonna hurt it. A lot of these things that are going on is going to hurt that movie, but I'm kind of hoping that it's like one of those things that allows people to reset and realize, hey, we've kind of been doing an interesting job. But I mean, okay, hear me out real quick. I don't think this is a hot take or anything, and I don't want this to be taken the wrong way either, because I am in complete backing of the WGA and everything that they're doing. I think writers should be paid more, and I do think all of those things, like everything that they want, should be happening. They shouldn't be making so little money to where they're about to get kicked out of their apartments and all of, like, and I agree with all of that. The thing is, though, I feel like it's very interesting that this is also in a time where almost everybody is blaming writers for all of the stuff that's happening, right? Like, is it possible that the reason why all of this stuff is going on is because they are stressing out about not being able to even make money from their work? So they're not putting as much into their work because they still got 7 part-time jobs. Like, is that something that could be happening here? Is that something that we could possibly be seeing in front of us or seeing partake? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just very interesting, you know? Filoni said you won't have to watch anything. Okay, that's good, but I would still heavily suggest everybody watch Star Wars Rebels, because it's a beautiful story and I love it. And I think it's really dope. And I love the relationship between the Rebels and going. I don't think it's possible for them to establish the relationship between all of the Rebels in in Ahsoka in that season, you know, because we're starting off with people that are already established. So I would definitely catch up with all of that. I don't know if there's a man of recaps on Star Wars Rebels, but even if you want to, you know, at least get the information, I check that out. I've seen some of it. I'll get on it. Yeah, that's your homework. That's everyone's homework. Watch Rebels. They can't market Blue Beetle or any other movies technically. Really? The actors can't, but the studio definitely can. Just look at Barbie. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, I think there's been some good stuff. The Marvels should be delayed since IMAX theaters are not available. I honestly agree with you, Cavs. I do. I agree with you completely. I don't know why it's not getting delayed. I think that's something that should definitely happen. I think it's really gonna hurt the movie to not be in IMAX. for multiple reasons. I mean, this is a big movie for, even just females in general. Like, this is one of those. This is a big movie, a big superhero movie. You know, everyone's gonna want to take their daughters to this movie. Everyone's gonna want to do all these things, and I think IMAX is a big part of that experience. And so I do think that's gonna hurt the movie a lot if it's not in the IMAX. I mean, I'm gonna see the movie regardless, of course, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna see the movie regardless, of course. But I think that seeing it in IMAX is I think seeing Marvel movies in general, honestly, every movie, in IMAX is like one of the best ways to experience things because it looks the best visually. I think a lot of the times when people have issues with different visual effects and things like that, I'm not going to just say it's because of the theater, but, if we're not looking at it from like the IMAX and having all these things that are put in super high def, I think that's why it's dope they put the IMAX stuff on Disney Plus, and et cetera, et cetera. I think it really hurts the maybe the viewing experience or just something along the lines of that, So yeah, just I think that's that, but I do think that the Marvels is going to be a good movie, but I don't think people are going to be here for it. I mean, people are going to definitely hit it with the MCU and all these other things. I think the hate around the MCU is kind of crazy, low key. Like, it's kind of crazy, like, especially because we had like 15 years of just having like one female character that even was around until like Guardians of the Galaxy introduced some more. We got Pepper, of course, but I'm saying like Black Widow was the main superhero female, and then they didn't even give her a movie until they killed her off, and then all of a sudden now it's the MCU when we have more female characters. It's like, bro, what about the last 15 years when we haven't had anything like that? Like, Captain Marvel and Black Widow were like Captain Marvel was the first female movie ever. It was like, not ever, but for Marvel, the MCU stuff, it was the first female superhero movie. And it's like, this is the MCU now. Like, bro, we have one female superhero, She-Hulk, MCU. Now there's two. Like, it gets a little wild in that conversation. I think I'm excited to see this movie because I love me some Photon. I think that actress is dope. I love Miss Marvel, and I love that actress too. And I'm gonna keep it lit. I like me some Captain Marvel, and I think that the first movie, I feel like Captain Marvel is a lot like the first Thor movie, to where it's good, right? But you can definitely tell that the actor didn't get to do what they wanted to do with the character. And then you can see how the actor was able to become themselves a little bit more and more with the character. And then for Thor, it just kind of fell off with Love and Thunder, because it kind of went a little haywire there, And I think Infinity War, well, really Endgame kind of hurt Thor a little bit too, but not as much as Love and Thunder did. You know what I mean? And I think Captain Marvel has the ability to honestly grow into a really dope character, especially in this movie where she's going to be dealing with a superhero that is fresh as being a superhero, and then a young superhero that's even fresher being a superhero. I think both of those things are going to be super beneficial and super dope to see in the theater. And I mean, just seeing how they deal with each other, and seeing how Nick Fury is actually going to be cooperating with the rest of these characters and the cast as well. Like, seeing Iman Vellani be able to, act with Samuel L. Jackson is going to be dope. And I think seeing Tiana, no, is it Tiana Paris? I can't think of her name. But Photon's actress being able to, interact with him as well, I think that's also going to be dope. So I'm hyped for both of those things, for real. The Mattel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, if you will. Nah, that's crazy. That's super crazy. I think that's going to be a thing super big in the future, for real. Which movie company should own Marvel Studios, in your opinion? I'm going to keep it lit. I know people aren't going to agree with me, but I think Disney should keep Marvel 100%. I think Marvel is the most Disneyest type of thing that could, like, when it comes to superheroes in general, like, period. Like, I'm not even going to argue with that. Like, I think Marvel does a really good job and has done a good job with the brand. And when I think of everything that Marvel is, and like even Stan Lee and the vibe that Stan Lee was giving off to, it's very Disney. You know, I couldn't see Stan Lee. I don't know, man. I just feel like Stan Lee went with Disney for a reason. I don't know if it was just because of the bag, but I feel like what Disney's like stands for when it comes to everything. I mean, outside of all the bullshit that they're doing now, right? But what Disney like stands for, what they talk about and what they like do, I feel like that's very Marvel. Like, you know, I feel like that's very Marvel. And I don't think any other company really could tackle the things that Disney does with it, you know? Like, I mean, look at how they have the Spider-Man shows for the kids, and then they got the comics for the kids, and then they got the comics for the adults, and the comics for the, you know what I mean? All that stuff, I feel like Disney just tackles that pretty well. And I think Sony having Spider-Man is actually a really good thing too. I wish they handled him better, but I think all of the Spider-Man stuff that Sony has done is dope. And it's kind of wild to think about it, but I really don't think that Spider-Man should be owned by Disney the same way for some reason. I don't see that. Like, I don't see Disney having DC either. Like, that just doesn't fit really. I don't think it fits with the brand. I don't think it fits with what they want to do or what they're trying to do. You know, I just don't see that as a good fit for those companies. But like Star Wars, I don't see Star Wars being a Disney thing either. Like, I think I could see Star Wars actually being like on WB maybe, or maybe even Universal. Who does Star Trek? Is that Universal? No, that's Peacock, right? What is Peacock's movie studio? I can't think of what that is, but you know, like stuff like that. I think it would be handled in better and in those hands a little bit better. Just because it feels like those things they went with that because it was made in that kind of image almost. Not image. I guess image isn't a good way to use the word, but it just fits. I think the companies that have these things, it fits for them, like on across the board. But I think they just aren't handling it the best, except for Star Wars. I just don't think they're handling it the best. I would like to see Star Wars like. I don't really know where Star Wars could be other than like with. Is that Peacock? No, that's Paramount. Yeah, that's Paramount that does Star Trek. I think Star Wars would be cool with Paramount, but I don't like Paramount. I don't know if I like Paramount movies enough for that. I don't know. I can't think of any. I don't think I've watched it. Well, Star Trek was dope, but you know, like that's kind of how I feel about that. I think Star Wars could be better handled in like WB or like I said, Paramount. Maybe Sony, because Sony makes some damn good movies, yo. So Star Wars actually might be dope at Sony. But they might drop the ball too, you know? I think that's everyone's issue though, is they have the possibility of dropping the ball. I think there just needs to be a shift when it comes to executives and creators. That's the biggest issue, is there needs to be a shift when it comes to executives and creatives, and having the creatives actually having some of these executive places, or at least having the adjacent executive place, right? Not everyone can be Kevin Feige, who was working side by side with a lot of these people for years before he even got his own job to do what he's doing now. You know, not a lot of people can have that backstory or have that history. And I think that's why Kevin Feige gives so many people a chance, because he knows that not everyone can have the chance that he got. And I think that's freaking dope, you know? Like, that's all super dope. It just sucks that they're not paying people. You know, I saw something today as well that we were going to talk about on the docket. I guess we're just going to freestyle today, because this is just just like kind of a talky vibe. I saw earlier today, let me see if I can find it again real quick, because I know I have it here somewhere. Maybe I don't. But Marvel CGI artists, I believe, are going to unionize, and they're trying to unionize and create a union for them. And that's awesome, because look at what happened to them with homegirl Alonzo, I think, that just got fired, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. There's so many people that still come. These companies are so big that at so many different places, people can come in and just be assholes and it be overlooked for so long until someone else speaks up. And that's why it's so dope that that people are speaking up for themselves. And it just sucks to see that people that get these opportunities, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Abuse them. They abuse the opportunity that they're given instead of utilizing it to help other people flourish and be great. They abuse it and they do it for their own selfish gain, and that's where always the disconnect will be. And the disconnect is between the executive and the creative process, because the executive is trying to make money and the creative is trying to make, like they're just trying to make. That's it. I do think it's unfair that James Gunn is being blamed for the end of a universe he didn't even start. Facts. He got the short end of a stick, Travis. How you doing, by the way? He definitely got a short end of the stick, you know what I mean? And I think everybody should give him a chance. That's why I'm going to see, like, I'm not just going to give up on DC, because I like DC, and I think DC has the ability to be great. And I love James Gunn's movies. I've liked every movie I've seen almost from James Gunn. Let's see the trilogy, The Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, even Brightburn that he was a part of. I really like all of those movies. I think they have really good elements of storytelling, character development, overall lore, use of powers in the power system. Like, I think he does a really good job of doing all of those things on the board. He check marks them, bow, 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 all the way. And I fuck with that. I like it a lot. So I think that he should get a little bit of, chill from people. Everyone just starts attacking him for everything the same way everyone does for everything. Everyone gets attacked for the stupidest things all the time. Hey, you make a good point. Let me go dig up some dirt on you to make you invalid. I'm not going to prove that you're wrong. I'm just going to show the world that you've done something bad before. I think that's weird, right? And I think James Gunn has the ability to create a solid DC universe, but once again, the executives are getting in the way, and we know that already. That's why there's already going to be so many people in Superman Legacy and all this stuff, is because Zaslav is trying to do it. And the scoops that we have to talk about today, Zaslav is also trying to do some other stuff. And this is all amongst them still possibly doing just so much at DC. So we'll get into that. Bob Chapek is worse than Ike Perlmutter and Avi Arad, for real. Bob made the MCU almost irrelevant. Yeah, Chapek did some really interesting things. Like no cap. I think he did some real interesting things once he got a hold of it with Disney Plus, And I think Kevin Feige just did his best to continue to create the universe and tell the story. But, we see that now they're going to kind of try to cut back on some stuff. James Gunn is the guy in the grocery aisle where someone just farted and left everyone thinking it's him. Okay, Travis, that's very interesting. That's an interesting analogy, but hell yeah, bro, I'm with it. That's a good way to put it. I think what makes a movie universe or multiverse well thought out is patience and planning. DC should take those steps. I agree. I think the Flash. One of my biggest gripes with the Flash is that they kind of dropped the ball with that type of stuff. In my opinion, I think the Flash dropped the ball super heavily with the multiverse stuff. I'm actually baffled that the CW handled the whole DC stuff a lot better than the movies did. To be completely honest, like they should have just allowed the CW shows to be movies. Like take that dude that made the CW universe and let him make some stuff happen, because he just has it going. And I'm pretty sure they want to continue to use him over on WB and on Max with some other shows that they're trying to create and stuff, if I'm not mistaken. But still, I actually think the blame there is more on Kevin Feige. I think the loss of the Russo bros is sorely felt in the MCU. I agree with that. And I'm kind of surprised that they kind of decided to not do the MCU thing anymore because they handled it so well. And I mean, I understand they didn't want them to, they don't want to be known as the MCU guys, but damn, they handled things so well in the MCU. It's insane. And I would have loved to see them kind of take on having the MCU as well. Like the Russo bros and Kevin Feige working together all the time would have been fantastic. But then again, that then we kind of get into the Zack Snyder territory of like, yo, no one should ever handle the MCU except the Russo brothers, and I'm not really for that. You know what I mean? I'm not really for that. And James Gunn, I trust. I am interested in seeing what he's gonna do. I definitely trust in James Gunn to make something dope happen. He's gonna make a good movie no matter what. I'm just really interested in the universe that's gonna happen as well. Everything sounds really good. I thought Russo Bros will be directing Secret Wars, or was I wrong? Yeah, I don't think the Russo brothers are directing Secret Wars, are they? I don't know if we have directors for Secret Wars yet. Do we? I don't think so. The Russo Bros said they would come back. That's the only movie that they would come back to direct for the MCU is Secret Wars. Yeah, they said that for sure. And I agree with that. I think they should direct Secret Wars. Because they did a fantastic job with Endgame. I'm not sure or don't remember. I think it was probably a rumor or a leak, but I heard something about that. Yeah, they said it. The Russo Bros said it. They said that they would come back for it. That's all. I can't find anything confirming that. Oh my goodness, I didn't know there were so many comments. My bad. I think the fault is Bob Chapek for rushing things, but also the writers for being laid back. I mean, it's Bob Chapek for sure, but it's also what is her name? Was her name Stephanie Alfonso or Alonso? Stephanie Alonso or something Alonso. It's her fault for sure because she definitely pushed things back when it came to the CGI artists as well, and that's why I'm really excited that they're going to be unionizing because under a union type of thing, they would not have had those issues from her. No one, and I mean no one, likes Bob Chapek. Hey, that's why bro got ran out and and Iger got put back. Two Bobs ruining Disney and Marvel. Bob seems like a curse for Disney. I don't know if Bob Iger ruined Disney and Marvel. I know he's definitely dropping the ball with this whole thing that's going on right now, but we're in some good fields right now. Imagine the Marvels in 40X though. Yeah, that's true. If it's still in 40X and shit like that, I'll see it in that for sure. I'll definitely see it in 40X. I didn't even think about that. I'm gonna support the Marvels 10,000%. Screw them haters. Oh yeah, for sure, Marisu. I feel like Captain Marvel had a bad script. Anyone who thinks Brie is a bad actor should go watch Room. Yeah, I don't think Brie Larson is a bad actor at all. I think there's a big cross section between actors and the things they do and say, and people really taking shit out on everyone because of the opinion. Cancel culture is real, and it's kind of funny for so many people who like just say they despise cancel culture. They actually endorse the culture of canceling things. It's very interesting to me. Captain Marvel did have an interesting script. I do agree with that. I think it was the first use of that CGI thing too that they were doing with the whole, de-aging shit, and that all. I think a lot of that just kind of hit the movie hard. I don't think it was any one person's fault necessarily, other than the person that wrote the movie. But I think like everything on paper though. Like let's think about this though. I think this is a really big issue with a lot of the stuff that we've been getting. On paper, all of this shit is so dope. Like, if you gave me a comic with all of the MCU movies, I probably would actually love them so much. Like, no cap. I probably would be all the way head over heels for them, right? But then when you give it to me in this form, it's not the same. It kind of feels like they're making comics into live action, and it's not translating well for everyone. I might be that's kind of the gist of things. It's kind of like people not them making a Harry Potter book and not following all the things that happened in Harry Potter, I guess, right? But they're making their own. But if it was its own standalone comic, I don't think people would have the same issue. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think people would accept the MCU so much more if it was actually just comics. Like, if those were the comics that we were getting, is like what we've been getting from the movies, people would be on board. Because it'd be like, oh, this is the new way that things are. But instead, it's like, no, I hate the new way. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Even though I don't really like Brie Larson, I love the actress for Miss Marvel, and I'm looking forward. Yeah, I feel that. I feel like Brie isn't liked not because of her acting, but her philosophy. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Disney went for Marvel. Marvel took the first bidder, I think. Oh, okay, I understand. I think Apple should own Marvel Studios, in my opinion. Ooh, I don't know. I think Apple could do some dope things with Star Wars though. But I'm fine with Disney. Star Wars was made for Fox. However, Fox is yeah, but Fox is that, and that's why Fox also got bought. You know, Star Trek is CBS Paramount. Thank you. Disney should have made Rey and Finn in a different Star Wars universe, similar to how Sony did with Spider-Man, Toby, and in different universes. I think they should have just made them better movies. You know, I think they just dropped the ball. There was no plan with that. There was no plan with those movies at all. Star Wars needs too much money to belong to anybody else. I agree. Star Wars is definitely the type of thing that needs its own studios, its own yeah, all of that. I agree. Disney gave someone a $0 check. That's hilarious. Who? One of my favorite things about Star Wars though is that it's always all been one universe. Well before Legends, I guess. Sigh. Yeah, and that's my biggest thing that I love about Star Wars as well. And apparently, we're actually moving away. We may be moving away from that and getting more Star Wars Legends stuff, like for movies and shit like that. And I'm not the biggest fan of that. Nighthawk, yo, what's up with it, fam? I hope you're having a very marvelous Monday. Hey, Nighthawk, I forgot you were live because I have been watching Star Wars Rebels before Ahsoka. Let's go, Nighthawk. Let's go, yo. Look, I need to figure out how many episodes of Ahsoka there are. I might just start streaming that shit in the Discord. I think Russo Bros and Favreau should get a bigger role in the MCU, and Feige's role in the MCU is lessened. Um, I honestly don't think Favreau should touch the MCU. I don't think I don't think Favreau's done a movie since his Iron Man movie for the MCU, and I think he should definitely stay with Star Wars because I really like what he does with Star Wars. I think Filoni and Favreau are like the Russo brothers of Star Wars, no cap. And I think if they actually get to do what the hell they want to do, it will be incredible. Like I have no doubt about that. I'm glad Blue Beetle is going to be its own thing and not connected to any of the universes. Well, I don't know. Hey everyone, how's it hanging? And what sports celebrity cameo would you guys like to see in an MCU movie? It's more of a DC thing to do though. What do y'all think? Yo, what's up with it, Daniel? Um, I don't know. I think we can see like Tom Brady, like a Tom Brady cameo. But I think Tom Brady would cameo as Tom Brady in the MCU. You know what I mean? Yes, Victoria Alonso. Thank you, Nighthawk. My pick would be a quick cameo of the Guardians. It's Nathan Fillion's character stuck with the guy he thinks is slow, and that guy's brothers are like Gronk and just boneheads. I could see Gronk in. Yeah, that would be dope. I could see Gronk and Peacekeeper. Oh yeah, I could see Gronk and Peacekeeper for sure. That would be really cool. I think Draymond Green or Klay Thompson should make a cameo for Venom 3 since Eddie Brock is wearing a Golden State Warriors t-shirt. I know it ain't the MCU, but Sony should consider it. Ooh, that actually might be pretty dope. And I think they have Sony, I'm pretty sure Sony has a deal possibly with the NBA, right? I feel like Sony Music, I don't know, I might be tripping. But I feel like Sony Music has a deal with NBA for some reason. I might be wrong about that. We are Cavs. That's smart. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. Also, remember Steph Curry cameo in Spider Man Into the Spider Verse? Everyone had a cameo in Into the Spider Verse. It was crazy. Everyone loves cancel culture until something they like gets canceled. Yep, that's about the gist of it. Yeah, that's about the gist of it. Mari Sue coming with the gems today. I'm excited to see Favreau and Dave's plan for Star Wars. Remember, it's not the Mandoverse. If you really think about it, it's the Rebelverse. Yeah, I really wish that they would call it the Rebelverse instead. No cap, because it's all about the Rebels and what's going on with them. Everything has always been about the Rebels, and that's one of the biggest things that I think a lot of people have lost sight of, even when it comes to Mandalorian, because everyone kind of took Mandalorian as almost being like a soft reboot to the universe, and it was like, gee, that's not what this is. This isn't. It's not like Star Wars just reset or something with Mandalorian. No, this is continuing all of the stories that have already happened and continued to happen and are going to continue to happen in the future. And it's kind of insane that a lot of the things that we've been seeing take place within Star Wars are going to see take place in Star Wars is getting set up right now in The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, Boba Fett, all of that. All of the Disney Plus shows so far, from I think even down to Obi-Wan, every single one of those things have been setting up the future of Star Wars. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Reva somewhere in the future, somehow, some way. I wouldn't be surprised if we see, I mean, even look at a Bad Batch, right? The Bad Batch gave so much lore and stuff to Star Wars in the background of what's going on with Order 66, especially from an actual clone standpoint, and how cloning actually did continue to grow in the background from one movie to all the way up until we get to the new trilogy, That's one of the benefits of being able to continue telling stories in a pocket of time, is you're able to retcon things without actually retconning it, because you're just adding depth to something that did happen, and you're like, but this is what actually was going on. It's like, yes, here are the big moments of what happened. Now, here are all the little moments that caused these big moments to take place. And here's these other little moments, even with Andor setting up so much. Like, here's all these little things that are setting up this huge big thing that actually happened on the front end of the universe. There we go. Like giving, damn, my body cracked from the top to the bottom. Giving us all those different areas allows for way more storytelling and way more character depth that we get to find out about all these people. And sometimes it does retcon little things, not big things. But one thing as well that we know about Dave Filoni and George Lucas is they don't give a damn about having to retcon something, or even continuity for that matter. George Lucas is actually like on record saying that he doesn't like, he doesn't worry about continuity, and he doesn't really look at those things. That's like the fans do most of that stuff. Like, we, the fans, create these universes from all this stuff that's happening, from these cool stories that are just kind of taking place. And I think it's dope. I think it's all freaking awesome. I can't wait. I think the final battle of that side of the universe should come to Ezra versus Grand Admiral Thrawn. Yeah, that'll be, yeah. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. I'm here for everything about the other side of the universe as well. The other side of the galaxy is a huge thing that should definitely be remembered. We're going to that other side of the galaxy, and where the Force is utilized like magic instead, and it's gonna get spicy over there. It's gonna get crazy. The universe is gonna continue to grow. And there's going to be a lot of wild things going on, a lot of wild things. Steph Curry has a cameo. What? When? Where? Why? LOL, you mean like Chance the Rapper cameo, or like the Post Malone cameo? Did you guys talk about I Am Groot Season 2? No, I haven't talked about I Am Groot Season 2, but that's because I haven't watched the trailer yet. The trailer is going to be something that we watch tomorrow for Trailer Tuesdays. We're going to have a bunch of trailers for Trailer Tuesdays. Jump into the Discord, drop all the trailers that you want me to check out in the trailer in the video request area. So drop that one. If you want me to check out anything else, drop it in there. I still need to check out the Invincible trailer as well. I haven't watched that. There's a couple trailers that I missed. There was a Steph Curry cameo, but you have to watch it in slow-mo. It was on one of the billboards. I think it was in Miles Morales' universe when Peter came to Earth 1610B. The Watcher is in the trailer? What? That's crazy. Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer yet. I'm going to check that out. Like I said, on tomorrow's episode of Marvel Bros, you guys will be able to tune in for the trailer watch party. Woo. Yeah, we actually got some really dope posters as well for Star Wars that we can check out. Oh, Jesus. My bad. Whoa, what the hell is happening? What's going on? What's happening? What the hell was that? Okay, that was interesting. My bad. I apologize, y'all. There we go. And let's try that again. Bam. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, these posters are insane. Like, look at this. Like, bruh. August 23rd, yo, the countdown begins. Like, bro, what? Bruh. Like, bruh. This shit about to be crazy. Like, bro. Holy Jiminy Cricket, yo. This is about to be insane. These are some of the best posters we've got in a very long time. The fact that Dave is directing his first live-action Star Wars film is crazy. It's going to be basically Rebels in theaters, but in live action. Yeah, bro, I can't wait for that. I'm about to ball out. For real, for real. I don't really care about the sequel trilogy era. It's hot garbage. I don't think the sequel trilogy era is hot garbage. Okay, yes, I do. But I don't think. Okay. I think the sequel era has the issue of not having any thought behind it. That's really my thing. Like, I think they started off really, really strong. And then they didn't capitalize on it and was like, holy shit, I don't know what we're going to do. You know, like, oh my God, helmet, no helmet, what, Vader, no Vader, Emperor, no Emperor. Like, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they knew what the hell to do. And on paper, I think if they had a chance to make the trilogy again, and use like the same stuff that they have, right? Like all the same, use all the same characters, use all everything the same. If they used all of it, I really think it would be way better if they did it now, right? If they actually capitalized on the person that Luke was from one place to the next. Like I think that's one of the biggest things that hurt the movies is like there wasn't consistencies. There was no consistency from one to the next movie. There was so much setup for things that didn't get paid off. Finn as a Jedi, like Finn and not wanting to kill stormtroopers, and then hollering and being hype about killing stormtroopers that he knows are stolen from their families and are kidnapped like he was kidnapped and just haven't escaped the system. Like that shit doesn't make sense. Like that's not what that character would even be like, because it's contradictive on how he is, you know? It's not like, hey, everyone that works for the Empire is bad and we gotta kill them all. Like, no, that's not the vibe, you know? They just kind of miss so many things of, hey, it's more than just being a Skywalker or having the Force isn't something that just matters about bloodlines. You know, it's not all about bloodlines for the Force. It's about a lot more than just that. And then they were like, but guess what? Rey's a freaking Palpatine. It's like, bro, this is not. we lost the vibe of everyone is special type of vibe. That's more where they were going to, for lack of better words, is everyone is special. Everyone has power. No one is stronger than the other person. No one is better for the other person for being able to tap into the Force, because every person is able to do these things. Which is kind of the vibe of what it feels like the Force has always kind of been. It's just the discipline that people would use in order to actually tap into it, and what would make this person that and that person this, and then it just kind of went a little haywire with everything, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I'm hoping that Dave Filoni can come back through and properly give us something, and like look at these orange sabers and just how things are. We're definitely getting some good storytelling from this all the way. Like I don't hate Rey. I love Rey's character, actually. I just think that she got done dirty. I think her character got done dirty. I think Luke's character got done dirty. I think Finn's character got done dirty. I think Poe's character, it's Poe's character, but I mean, think about Brez's girlfriend. Like, Finn had a whole girlfriend in one movie, and then the next movie, nope, he doesn't like her anymore because he needs a black girlfriend now. Like, what? None of that shit made sense. Everything was just all over the place from one place to the next, man. Is that Hodor? Is that is it? I'm down for all comic movies. I see it as alternate universe. Example: don't like Secret Invasion, then go read the comics. Hey, how they did Gore like me? Go read the comics. Just be happy and enjoy. Yeah, I agree, bro. It's all iterations of something that's already great. It's like it's hard to copy. It's hard to create something else that's great. And I mean, look at Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion is not a great storyline in the comics already. So I don't know how that would have happened, right? It's literally Dave reviving Rebels in a new way, and I love it. Yeah, peak. Definitely peak. I mean, the trailers already look incredible, and I'm so ready for it, man. That smoky eye is superb. I want to see what people think of the sequels 10 years from now, because it seems like people have forgotten how much the prequels were hated at the time. Yeah, people hated the prequels. That's very true. I don't want to say I hate this. I don't want to say I hate the sequels, but I kind of hate them, but I don't. You know, like, I don't hate the sequels. I just hate the direction that they ended up going with. I like in the theater hearing Palpatine say, "I have been every voice you have ever heard." That shit was actually freaking awesome. But the story about it wasn't, you know, like seeing him do that Force lightning into the sky from his Sith citadel surrounded by, like, that shit was legitness. But at the same time, it was like, boo, this story sucks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all awesome things that we saw, great spectacles, no actual story that made sense, you know? And Rey's, every actor was superb as well. Like, that's why I really think if we got when we get the next movies and the next stuff that happens, I really think it's going to be fantastic. It would have been better if Finn was the Jedi. I think it would. I think at least if Finn would have became a Jedi, the way it definitely set it up. You know, like they basically gave him the roadie, not this time, looking at the looking at the Iron Man suit, but never let him be War Machine. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, G. Finn becomes Luke. Finn becomes Luke's apprentice. That actually would have been really dope. That would have been dope. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna be going on with the rest of it. We don't know who his parents are, but he is force sensitive. Yeah. I missed the animated version of Ahsoka. Cavs, I agree. I do too. I'm not gonna lie, like I like the actor that we have for her, but I don't know, man. Like that's my whole issue with stuff going from animation to live action is you just get so attached to how a character looks and how a character feels and sounds as well, and it just I don't know. It just doesn't translate the same way. That's why I love when characters are based off of their voice actors' design or like their looks, you know? Like I really like stuff like that. But, guess what? Companies doesn't want to do that because then they got to pay more money, but we're not going to talk about that. Putting Death Star lasers on a bunch of Star Destroyers and then destroying them all at once was oofy poofy. Yeah, that was cringy wingy. Like none of the decisions for that movie were good. Like, but they looked fantastic and were like executed okay, right? But the story was just garbage. Like the story was just everywhere. They didn't know what they wanted to do. Like they were just clueless as to what was going to happen next and what exactly was going to occur basically. Like they just did not know what they wanted to do. And it's just it's just wild. I feel like the animated version of Ahsoka is more pretty. Just my opinion though. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna touch that one, G. I'm gonna just let you. I'm gonna let you have that. All right. Yeah. Now that moment's over. I hope you got to think about what just happened. A certain someone is showing up in Ahsoka. That's all I'm saying. I like both versions of her. Yeah, I think I like the anime. I like every version of everyone so far. I think the only person that I've had an issue with is Cad Bane. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the only thing that I've had an issue with is Cad. No, I'm lying. Cad Bane, and then the Inquisitors. Damn, I was about to say every word except that. But yeah, the Inquisitors and like I think the Inquisitors and Cad Bane, they just looked a little interesting, man. Like it was like they were almost right there. Super interesting, like weird decision to not go with the full alien vibe for everybody, but then have full blown aliens also. I don't know. It's just weird vibes, man. It just kind of felt like they didn't know what they wanted to do. I think that's why Mando is always such a freaking breath of fresh air. It's because it's like, yo, this is Star Wars done right on every level, period. And like, if you don't like Star Wars, if you don't like the Mandalorian, then you're probably not going to like anything that Star Wars is going to be like for the future because it's going to be a whole bunch of more of that. A whole bunch of more of that. A whole bunch of more of that. You better hush, Nighthawk. Yo, she got the hammer ready, bro. You better be careful, Night Heezy. She'll have you on timeout with the dunce cap. Hopefully Ahsoka doesn't screw up. Yeah. I don't think it will. I don't think it will, honestly. I love how Ahsoka was handled in The Mandalorian. I love that actor. I love everything that I've seen from the trailer as well. I just hope we don't get Obi-Wan Kenobi'd in a way, but I really just don't feel like that. And this is Filoni's like baby, you know? So I don't think he's gonna do us wrong. And I think it's very possible we see everything that we've ever seen ever from the Mandoverse in this show. Like I think it's possible we see the Mandalorian show up with Grogu. I think every single ounce of everything is on the table. Like honestly, everything is on the table with this show. Like for real, for real. And it's really just up to what they want to do. Nothing is off. Nothing is off the table right now, y'all. Literally, nothing is off the table. Yeah, yo. We got, let's see, 16 days until Ahsoka. Make sure y'all here bright and early. We might go live at 11 for that one. You feel me? Do you think Finn or Rey should get a cameo in future Star Wars shows? Yeah. Well, I mean, Rey is gonna be, she's making a new Jedi Order for the new Star Wars movie and stuff like that. So, you know, we know what's going on there. Like Rey will be showing up again. Finn, on the other hand, I don't know. I think Rey will show up in something else. I think even Rey is on. No, this is too early. This is too early. She can't be in this right now. But I feel like literally everything is on board. I feel like we might see the Mandalorian and something like, bro, everything is possible. Especially because things are getting handled right. Everything from Dave is literally peak. Yeah, Nighthawk. He and Dave we trust. For real, for real. Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, they're magic. Bryce Dallas Howard as well. She handles Star Wars freaking amazingly. I would love to see her actually be able to do a movie of something. No cap. 16 days is going to feel like a month for real. I think it's going to go by pretty quickly. I'm not going to lie. I think the next thing we know, I'm going to be like, all right, guys, get ready for watch parties tomorrow. Like, that's really is going to be, that's what I think, yo. I think Finn is done with Star Wars. Yeah. Yeah. I think the actor John Boyega wants to be done for sure. But I think if Filoni and Favreau come out, bro, with an offer, I don't think he's gonna miss it up. There is a new Star Wars movie. Is it produced by female Darth Vader? I'm pretty sure Indiana Jones is her last movie on the list that she had coming out, and I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be getting the boot soon, right? I think that was like the nail in her coffin, if I'm not mistaken. What is it called? What is that thing called? What is it called when they have the movie order release date and shit like that? What is it called? Help me, somebody, please. Star Wars. Fuck. Oh my God. Star Wars. It's not a release schedule, but it's something like that. Is it the release timeline? I think it's like Star Wars timeline. Oh my goodness, I can't even. Here we go. Okay. Open that image in a new tab, but that's not it. Yeah, this is what I want, but it needs to look better than that. look better than this. Damn, what the hell is going on? Damn. Okay, I don't know. I can't find the thing I'm looking for, but so here is the basically official Star Wars timeline, right? So Dawn of the Jedi, the Old Republic, the High Republic, Fall of the Jedi, Reign of the Empire, Age of Rebellion, the New Republic, Rise of the First Order, and then New Jedi Order, right? So right now, where we are in the Mandoverse is like we're around this area right here, like right in the middle. We're kind of in the middle of, or kind of the New Republic era, but we're going in a little bit more to the Rise of the First Order. But so we're like kind of right around this area, right? Like that's kind of where we are. So when you look at here, so right, Age of the Republic. So that's where the prequels take place. Clone Wars, the show, Bad Batch, Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, Solo, Obi-Wan Kenobi. All of these things take place in that area, right? Leading up to Andor being like the turning point going into the Age of the Rebellion. Okay, so once we get into the Age of the Rebellion, that's where we have the original trilogy along with Rogue One, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Squadron, Mandalorian. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so I'm a little off though. Mandalorian. No, I'm right. I was right. Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka all take place between the Age of the Rebellion and the Age of the Resistance. Is that right, yo? So no, yeah. No, so this the Age of the Resistance is the New Republic. That's what that's supposed to say, I believe. So we're really around right here though, because the Age of the Rebellion already is happening, and the rebellion's kind of like one, and the New Republic is what's getting formed. That's what we kind of see taking place in not Andor. Yeah, in Andor, we kind of see that is what's happening. I don't think Andor is right here either. I'm pretty sure Andor is no, because they're making the pieces for it. Yeah. I got you. So they're in the process of doing that. You know what I mean? And then we got the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka taking place when we go into uh, when we're coming out of the New Republic and going into the Rise of the First Order. So the new movies, which is not on here for some reason, but the new movies, which is really hard to find, are taking place in like after the Rise of the First Order, because Rise of the First Order is where the sequel trilogy takes place, and then the New Jedi Order is where we're going to be with the new movie when Rey is going to be creating the New Jedi Order. Like that movie is going to be starring Rey Palpatine getting the New Jedi Order. That's when we got the pictures of her pregnant as well, and all that stuff is going to be going on. No more Kathleen Kennedy. Rejoice. You're going to be busy with Ahsoka plus Wheel of Time. That's right. When does Wheel of Time start? That's in September at some point, right? I'm pretty sure Wheel of Time starts on Remy's birthday again. John literally said he wants to come back to play Finn. He's down for it. Oh, okay. By the way, did you see the response you got on that trailer reaction? Yeah, it went crazy. I'm definitely got to do more Wheel of Time content because they were going insane once again. I'm loving the Wheel of Time community. I gotta get into it. I want to watch all the animations. Let me. I don't want to say her name wrong. It's like I say, or I. She also like messaged me personally. Where is it at? Yeah, Al Sadai. Al Sadai. I believe that's from Wheel of Time. She been sending me a whole bunch of stuff. She's like, "Yo, you need to watch the animations and all this stuff." So I might check out the animations and do a little watch party. Keep the nail on the coffin. Lucasfilm don't need her anymore. How about Oscar Isaac's character? I have no idea. Star Wars universe be confused for real. Star Wars should consider a multiverse. They kind of do have the multiverse in the form of the like the realm between worlds or whatever it's called, or the world between realms or some shit like that. But that's more of time travel and not necessarily multiverse. Like their time travel doesn't lead into multiverse theory. It just kind of goes deeper into time travel because space and time and shit. Age of the Resistance is Rise of the First Order. Yeah, there you go. For example, what if Anakin killed Obi-Wan? Oh, you want to get some what ifs going on there? That's kind of what Legends was all about in a way. Legends was all about what ifs. We may be getting more content like that in the form of like what you're saying, what ifs and not actual canonized things, and some type of multiverse, but not actual multiverse shit. Yeah, I don't know where that damn Star Wars new release timeline. Oh shit. New Star Wars projects. It keeps showing me this picture, but it's not showing me all the other stuff that comes after that. Huh. I don't know why this is so difficult to locate. Okay. Here are all the future Star Wars projects that have been announced. Dawn of the Jedi, James Mangold's Star Wars film, a film about the first Jedi described as a biblical epic. The Old Republic, nothing's been announced there. The High Republic, The Acolyte Season 1 on Disney Plus, Star Wars series that takes viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. That's going to be 2024. Fall of the Jedi, nothing's been announced for that. Reign of the Empire, The Bad Batch, Season 3 on Disney Plus. We have no info. Jedi Survivor, which picks up 5 years after the events of the first game. Cal must stay one step ahead of the Empire's constant pursuit as he continues to feel the weight of being one of the last remaining Jedi in the galaxy. Age of Rebellion, Andor Season 2, Disney+. The second season begins 1 year after the first season. Each block of 3 episodes in Season 2 will take place over 1 year. The New Republic, The Mandalorian Season 3, Episodes 7 and 8 on Disney+. The journey of the Mandalorian through the Star Wars galaxies continue. Once a lone bounty hunter, blah, 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 blah. The Mandalorian Season 4, no info. Ahsoka, Season 1. Set after the fall of the Empire, Ahsoka follows the former Jedi Knight, Ahsoka Tano, as she investigates an emerging threat to a vulnerable galaxy. Skeleton Crew is also in the High Republic era of Season 1. The Skeleton Crew tells the story of 4 kids who find themselves lost in the vastness of the galaxy, trying to find their way home. Dave Filoni's Star Wars film is also set in the New Republic era, this says, and that film will culminate the events of the Mandoverse. Rise of the First Order, we have no projects coming out for then, but for the new Jedi Order era, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy's Star Wars film will come out, and this film will follow Rey as she establishes the new Jedi Order set 15 years after the Rise of Skywalker. That is all of the stuff, and that is all of the awesome. I am all the way for all of it. No kizzy, no kid. Okay. Bam. 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 All right. So that's awesome. I'm ready for it. I hope you all ready for it too. I remember Ahsoka time traveling or something. I can't remember when. I think it was in Star Wars Rebels. Something like that. Okay, finally caught up. Did anyone see Phantom Menace in theaters, and how old are you? Bro, I don't know how old you think I am, but I ain't that old, G. I'm from Chicago. Remember going to our early showing with my parents and sister. First time I seen cosplay and first memory of me falling in love with Star Wars. Hey, I was born in 94. It was my first. Oh, okay. It was my first experience with Star Wars. Then I'd watch the originals. But myself, I'd watch the prequels when they came out with my sister. Of Star Wars, it was Star Wars days for me, Harry Potter days for her. It was cool before. Oh, that's dope, yo. That's lit, yo. Yeah, I don't even. When did that movie come out? Phantom Menace came out in 99. I was 3. I was 3 years old. I was 3 years old. I definitely remember the hype around Revenge of the Sith, though. I definitely remember the hype around that. And I'm here for all of it again. You know what I mean? I can't wait to be watching all those movies. I saw Phantom Menace in theaters. I think I was maybe 8. Oh, snap. Damn. I'm almost done with season 3 of Rebels. Ooh. I love Rebels. Rebels is amazing. Clone Wars is dope, but I love me some Rebels, baby. I ain't gonna lie. I love me some Rebels. Like, I love Clone Wars, but Rebels is like... I don't think Clone Wars... For me, Clone Wars isn't like a banger all the way through from start to finish. But Rebels is a banger all the way through from start to finito. Like... Yeah. My first experience with Star Wars was finding my dad's old VHS tapes at the age of 4. Those things babysat me so much. I had a similar experience, but I found the VHS tapes at my grandma's house. And I just remember seeing, it was just Luke and Yoda on the cassette tape. And it was like all green. It had like the green hue of the lightsaber and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, give me that. I haven't seen Bad Batch yet, but I'm excited to start that. Yeah, Bad Batch is dope. I like Bad Batch. It's just a fun, Bad Batch is a fun Indiana Jones, like, you know, full-blown adventure show. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about the adventure. It's all about all of it. I love Bad Batch for what it is. You know, it's one of those things, like, it's kind of kiddish, but it's not at the same time, I guess. I think it's more kiddish than Rebel was, but less kiddish. More kiddish than Rebels, but less kiddish than early Clone Wars days. You feel me? Revenge of the Sith was packed out in downtown Chicago, River East 21. I remember that day so well. So many cosplayers, and the line was out the door. Mind you, it's a 3-floor theater. Yeah, we ain't got no 3-floor theater here, but it was the same. I remember everyone being packed up and in their Sith garb and in just everything, and it was like, oh yeah, it's about to go down. Yeah, Andor is lit. I love Andor. Andor was fantastic. We had a really good time with those watch parties here on the channel. Bad Batch took my heart. I hated Omega's voice at first, to be honest. Reminded me of a kid, Mad Maggie, but she grew on me, and I love her. You are so accurate. She does have that Mad Maggie accent type of thing. I don't like that shit either. But I love her. Like, I love her character. She just really grows on you. And you have, like, no say in the matter. She just kind of grows on you. I love that, too. All right. My theater was packed for Oppenheimer. Ooh, nice. All right, y'all. Let's get into this Scoop Central. Today, as you can see in the title, we will be talking about Batman Brave and the Bold. So give all your thoughts and theories and opinions on what you want Batman and the Bold to be. Who do you want cast as Batman and Batman Brave and the Bold? Good Jesus. We're also going to be talking about the DCU Trinity and some other cool little things, yo. So let me know what you guys feel about Batman Brave and the Bold, because I know if you guys have been here for previous Scoop Centrals, then you kind of know a little bit of what the story is going to be like and stuff like that. I won't talk about that too much here, but you know, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But we will be getting into that and talking about some other dope scoops today as well. So once again, let me know how you guys feel about Batman Brave and the Bold so far with everything we've heard. Are you hyped for it? And definitely let me know who you would cast as your Batman for this universe. So before we get into Scoop Central, make sure y'all are all ready to go and get you some popcorn.
Hi, my name is Dominique Pruitt, and I started Don's Bon Gourmet Popcorn LLC in the summer of 2021 to introduce delicious and unique flavored popcorn not found anywhere else in the world. Why, you ask? Because I make it in my home with love, just for you. We offer over 10 flavors and are continuously creating new flavors that can be customized to any color or taste for your next event, party, or fundraiser. So go find yourself to our website and find a bombastic flavor of popcorn at donsbombgourmetpopcorn.com, or you can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Don's Bomb Gourmet Popcorn.
That is right. So make sure y'all go get you some Dom's Bomb Gourmet Popcorn, where the popcorn is always bomb, made by Dom, and of course, it's gourmet. So head over to the website right now, get you some strawberries and cream popcorn, because it is definitely delicious. And if you need something to wash it down with, or if you need a little bit of energy, y'all already know. Y'all already know. Use code VANE on Glitch Energy to get 15% off. It's not 10%. It's 15% off now. So you guys can get 15% off of Glitch Energy when you go to the website and use code VANE. So definitely go over there and get you some glitch. I'm Sensei Fito, aka Vane Sensei, and I'm here with my bro.
Yo, y'all already know it's Vane DeVito, bro. We up in here, man. Today we came with a little surprise for y'all, which was a little surprise for us as well.
Facts.
And we've been waiting on this surprise. So y'all see it. Y'all see it.
You feel me?
Little delivery box.
We
right
got the
there.
little box
You know what I mean?
from none other than Glitch Energy, yo.
Yo, big glitch out here. You know what I'm saying?
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it like a sauce, shake it like a glitch, shake it like a glitch, shake it like a glitch.
We in there.
Ooh, it smells dumbass good.
Fire? Ooh.
This is the starter kit. I believe it starts at $15. We got the shaker, 5 flavors. I'm not sure if that's how it comes. That's what they sent to us. So we definitely appreciate that. But y'all definitely check it out. Tell us what your favorite flavor is if you've already tried it.
I'm on go mode. I'm on go mode, bitch. I'm on go mode.
Yes, sir. That is right. Go get you some Glitch Energy right now. I'm trying to tell y'all, go and get you some. And while you go and get you some Glitch Energy, make sure you follow Vane Esports Org on all platforms. If you're gaming, tap in. If you're not gaming, still tap in and help support your boy. You feel me? I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the love and support from everyone. You already know. All right. Now, we are getting into one of my favorite parts of the shows, if I do say so myself. And I think it's a lot of y'all's favorite part also. And that is, we are getting into Scoop Central. I love Scoop Central so much because we always get these dope scoops from Mike Beasy, and it's always helping us know what the future of any of these universes are going to be looking at, what these companies are kind of looking at doing with it, who they're wanting to cast, all the good stuff when it comes to, you know, the back end of what goes on for these, these different things that are happening. So we're going to get into Scoop Central talking about, like I said, Batman Brave and the Bold. We're also going to be talking about the DCU Trinity, and we're also going to be talking about Green Lantern, okay? So those are the big 3 things that we're talking about in the area of DCU in Scoop Central. And I hope everyone is ready to get into it right now. So I'm going to jump into chat and see how everyone feels first, because I asked you guys already, who would you want to be Batman in the DC universe? And if you've heard anything about the story for Batman Brave and the Bold here on the channel at Scoop Central before, then let us know how you're feeling about that. A couple of quick things I'll say is, we know that Batman is going to be older, and not like older like, you know, George Clooney older, or you know, not the older like that, but just he's going to be a little bit older, talking like probably 30 to 35 years old, and he will also have a child that will be Damian Wayne. And this will be in an established universe. We know that because in Superman Legacy, we are going to be introduced to a DC universe that has already been established, already been created. We're not looking at a whole bunch of backstories or anything like that for this for this DC universe. We are looking at straight characters that are already established and kind of getting to know them. And probably the only quote unquote origin story that we will be getting will be in the way of these different sidekicks that will be introduced in different ways. Okay, so with all that being said, let's jump into chat and see how you guys are feeling about Batman. Daniel says, I don't know about casting, but I think if they do something like the DCAU, it'll be super cool. I just think they need the talent to be a tease all throughout the movie and Court of Owls, with a hint of Jason's backstory, Damian thinking Jason is soft and wouldn't be the same, and Batman snaps on him. Damian goes out to Gotham by himself, gets overwhelmed from the city, and Batman showing him how to navigate the city instead of trying to send him back home, because somehow Alfred told Bruce something meaningful, like, imagine how Gordon seen that young boy in a dark alley. Ooh, okay, I see what you're saying, Daniel. So you're wanting them to kind of go with a a overarching kind of backstory of what's going on with the Court of Owls, while setting up a little bit more of Red Hood and possibly incorporating him and incorporating this new Jason Todd into possibly working with the Court of Owls, maybe instead of like taking over just the regular criminal underbelly. I think that would actually be a really dope concept, in my opinion, in your opinion as well, I believe, if they did do something like that, right? Think about if we got our Jason Todd, but instead of having him be like, hey, you know, I'm just Jason, I'm just, you know, Red Hood now, I'm actually working for the Court of Owls or some type of way like that. I think that would be really cool, especially because we already know that the League of Assassins obviously has to be a thing if Damian Wayne is you know, going to be in this movie. So I think that would all be a lot of dope things to incorporate into one, right? And knowing that we're coming into this universe and so many things will already be established and created, it actually makes it a little bit more possible for that to happen. Right? Oh, real quick, yo, I meant to show you guys this earlier, but check out these dope things that I got from Regal, yo. This is the combo cup, of course, for the movie. And I think this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutant Mayhem Cup is freaking insanely dope, right? Like, this is dope. Just wanted to show that off real quick. And then check out this popcorn bucket. Probably, it didn't even have bro on it. Look, it comes with, it came with a character. You know, I got my boy Michelangelo. You feel me? This is my guy. So yeah, this is dope. Boom. Dope little cup. Popcorn tin, probably the dopest one I've got yet, yo. I think this is probably one of the dopest popcorn tins that Regal has had. Aside from which other one was it? I can't remember. I think it was Avatar, The Way of Water. They had a dope one for that too. But I just wanted to show these off real quick because I know I was talking about Teenage Mutant Turtles earlier, which is a solid movie. If you like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you might like this movie. If you don't like Seth Rogen, then you won't. If you don't like Seth Rogen's humor, you ain't gonna like this movie for sure. Look at that. That shit is just so dope. I like that a lot. And then let's show the turtles, yo. Pow. Bam. Booyah! All right. All I know is the Brave and the Bold cartoon is too corny for my Batman taste. Hopefully that doesn't reflect on the movie. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the move. I don't think it's going to be the show. I think it's going to be more like the comic. That's just my hope because I couldn't get through one episode of that damn Batman Brave and the Bold cartoon, Marisu. I couldn't do it. I literally could not do it. I was furious watching it. I couldn't even, my brain just couldn't handle it. Popcorn look fire? Yeah, bro. Dom's Bomb popcorn is amazing. Next time you see me, I might have some in the tin. You feel me? Oliver Jackson Cohen is my top choice for DCU's Bruce Wayne. Let's see, Oliver Jackson. Let's see who that is real quick. Oliver Jackson Cohen. Okay. I don't know who this person is. Oh, bro, from The Invisible Man. Oh, he is evil. Let's see, Batman. Sometimes they have pictures of, you know. Now that AI is a thing, AI done made pictures of everybody as Batman. Nah, I don't see nothing. Interesting. I want George Clooney to be Batman. LOL. That's hilarious, yo. I was really freaking rolling when people really thought that George Clooney was going to be the new Batman of the DCU. I was like, damn, bruh. Like, it got to be so hard for these companies to want to get into the multiverse more when people are just, like, not understanding it, you know? Multiverse is literal. I mean, multiverse theory is a real thing that's already complicated to grasp. So basing so much on it was really bold of them. But I think that was the whole plan with like Infinity War and multiverse, like the whole time stuff and the time heist and going back in time and creating the multiverse and going into Loki. Like that's not an accident. You know what I mean? That's purpose. That's purposeful for sure. Late to the party. What's up, everyone? Yo, what's up with the GGF? How you doing? Dang good food. I hope you're having a dang good Monday. Well, look at that. Ryan Gosling should be Batman, not gonna lie. How about Adam Driver? Bro, what? Cavs. I don't know, man. 2 swings and a miss. But I think I could see Ryan Gosling being someone else possibly, but I don't know who. The Rock should be Batman? Hell nah, he shouldn't. Pierce Brosnan as Alfred. I'm actually down for that, Cavs. Okay, see, look at that. And on the third one, knock that thing out the park. You did a really good job. I think that would be dope. I kind of want John Hamm as Batman. Who the hell is John Hamm? John Hamm. Oh, John Hamm. I like John Hamm. I don't know if he could be Batman, though. Do you think he could pull off a Batman? He gives me more of like a kick-ass Batman. You know, like he gives me more of the vibe like you know, like he'd be in The Boys as like their Batman or something. And then people would call him They would call his Batman Batham. that would suck. That would suck for him. Batham is not it, bro. But they would definitely call him Batham. Like you just know he would. I think he could be. I think he could possibly be good in that role, though. I'm not going to lie. It just seems like it's not him all the way. You know, he seems too good. He seems too, like, poster boyish, I guess you could say, you know? He gives me more of, like a Superman character vibe. Yeah, maybe like an older Superman or like an Ultraman, you know, like from another universe. You know what I mean? Like an alternate universe Superman, like a what's Brez's name from Jupiter's Legacy? Like that type of Superman type of character or something. I don't know, but he does have kind of a Batman vibe, but then it's like he doesn't though. John Hamm really is reminiscent of 90s Batman. It's the regular body shape. Oh, okay. Okay, I can feel what you're saying in that case then. If you're I could see that. I could see that. To me, this dude John Hamm looked more like he's supposed to be on something like with magic. Like he's supposed to be like a Harry Potter villain or something, you know? I don't know. I might be tripping. John Hamm really gives that fake socialite vibe that'd be good for Bruce Wayne. Okay, I could see that. I could see that for sure. That sounds possible and doable. You know what I'm saying? I could see that. For sure, I could see that. He does give a Bruce Wayne vibe, but he doesn't give the Batman vibe. He kind of gives a knockoff. He just gives kind of a knockoff Batman vibe to me for some reason. Like his character would be the guy to dress up like Batman and be the villain and end up going crazy. Maybe not Dr. Doomish, but he seems like something more on the lines of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. Magic for sure. Yo, Jamie Rodriguez with the $5 super chat. Yo, what's up with it, G? I appreciate that, man. I hope you're having a marvelous Monday indeed. Did you see the Watcher in the I Am Groot Season 2 trailer? Crazy, that's how they revealed him in the MCU for the first time. Now, I haven't seen the trailer yet, but yeah, someone said that he was in the trailer already, but I'm done. I'm gonna check that out tomorrow for sure. Okay. Look at that. It took a little while to come in, but there it is. Yo, shout out to you once again, bro. I appreciate you, man. I hope you're having a marvelous Monday. Yeah, bro, I gotta check that trailer out for sure. I mean, I thought it, for me, I was just like, oh, it's just I Am Groot trailer. I'm not tripping. And I think it dropped while I was at a party as well. And then the next thing, and then today, now you guys are everyone's telling me like, yo, did you see the Watcher in it? And I'm like, what? The Watcher? Like, bro, that's crazy. So I have no idea what's gonna go on with that. John Hamm can be Gordon's partner, Harvey Bullock. I definitely see him being more of like that type of character too, like a cop character or even a freaking Gordon, even being Gordon possibly. I could see that. But Gordon's not usually older. It depends on what the vibe is that they're going for. But I can see him even be him, Commissioner Gordon. Gordon. What the fuck is going on with me? Blah, 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 blah. He doesn't need magic, just a trench coat and a few cool lines and just him chasing people down because Gordon's still a rookie. Gordon's the brains, Bullock's the brawn. Yeah, I feel that. I feel like bro could be a really good damn, I just had it in my brain. Oh, I don't know why, but he just has like that Matrix look to me a little bit. Like he could be someone in the Matrix. He could be like the new Agent Smith or Mr. Smith. You know what I mean? Like he gives that type of vibe to me. Like I don't know. He just kind of gives that type of vibe. He gives me a little bit of an evil vibe looking at him. He looks a little sinister. He doesn't. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm saying like he could be, what was his name? Ultraman from that one Superman one when they went to the alternate universe, and then their Superman was like a mobster. They were like a mob boss gang instead of a Justice League. They're like the Syndicate. He looks like that. He could be a part of that. Like he's the bad guy that's coming through as a Superman, like Hyperion or some shit like that. Good lord. I could see him being like almost like one of those Captain America type of vibes too. All right, y'all. But yeah, Jamie, I will be checking out I Am Groot Season 2 trailer tomorrow for our trailer watch party then. So tune in then when we check that out. Tune in tomorrow where I'll check it out, and then I'll definitely be talking about it, nerding out, going crazy. You already know. Ultraman of the Crime Syndicate. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. That's what he looked like. LOL, wasn't he supposed to be Mr. Sinister? I have no idea. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, y'all. All right. Let's get into Scoop Central. All right. Starting off hot. Batman, Brave and the Bold. Tom King is writing the script for the movie. The movie will be inspired by the Grant Morrison run of Batman Incorporated, which heavily featured Damian Wayne, which we know is the focus of the film. Batman Inc. also featured different Batman in other countries around the world, etc. Gunn will also incorporate this into the film, so multiple Batman characters will be in the film to explain the idea of Batman's influence and why these characters, such as the Bat Family, exists already. The Bat Family is in essence part of Batman Incorporated. Batwoman will be in this film instead of Batgirl, and she will be working for Wayne Enterprises. How are we feeling about that? How are we feeling about that? Okay? That's my question. Because honestly, for me, I like the whole Batman Incorporated vibe. And this kind of solidifies what I've already been saying quite a bit when it comes to the DCU, is we need to be smack dab in the middle of like Young Justice seasons 2 and 3 or something. You know what I mean? Like that's where the DCU should start with Superman. And that's pretty much where Batman Incorporated came into the fray as well. So if we're getting all of this craziness happening, I am so down for it, bro. Like, honestly, this sounds incredible. And I know a lot of people might have an issue with Batman Inc. And if you guys don't know about Batman Incorporated and that run of comics and whatnot, basically Batman creates a international Batman incorporation where there's Batman all over the place, and they get all of that stuff going, right? There's so much stuff going on with that. So if James Gunn is actually trying to do this Batman Incorporated, I think it's a really good idea, because then you get not multiple chances really, but you get multiple iterations of this character, and people really, really rock with Batman, and we haven't seen this before, and people already have been saying, oh man, I don't want to see too many Batman, like, oh, we're gonna have two Batman at one time, like, and you know what James Gunn is the type of person to do? It's like, oh, people think that two Batman is too many Batman. Oh, all right. Let's bring Batman Incorporated in and bring a entire world of Batman, because it sounds like Batman's going to be the first. We're going to be saying Batman a lot. We're going to be saying Batman a lot. So just get ready. It sounds like Batman is the first superhero of this universe, possibly, or he is the one that he's probably the first or has the greatest influence because of what he's been doing with Gotham and all that other stuff, right? So knowing all the things that we know, and like I said, Batman Incorporated, if that's the vibe here, then yeah, that will be incredible. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what will be happening. It sounds wild, right? I mean, we got Tom King writing the script, and the movie since it's inspired by Grant Morrison's run, right? I think that's going to be pretty dope if this comes to fruition. Batman Incorporated and all of that is, like I said, it's something that we kind of see taking place within Young Justice, and I think they handled it really smooth with all the Batman and then Orphan and then all the stuff that they did. It just was handled really, really smoothly, and I had a really good time with it. And then in the introduction of Damian, I think Damian gets introduced, and all of it just works really well. And it just sounds like we're going to be getting Young Justice live action in a really big way, and I really am hoping for that. James is going to take my money. I just want to know if y'all rocking with this. I mean, once again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm not a hater, Sensei, but I don't trust anything from DC till I see some proof of concept. Been burned too many times. No, I agree. But we can at least say, hey, some of the stuff we've talked about here has come to fruition, and we know at least it's conversations, right? I mean, yeah. So if this is at least the conversations that are happening, I'm down for it. And once again, it does sound very possible. It sounds very possible. Like super duper possible. Sorry, the woman workers being undercover has been a stereotype of women in movies mostly, but we never see a male character as a side worker. Jimmy Olsen could be awesome. Can they just see her in her own field? The only thing I'd love is if she's in the military weapons division. That's the only way it'll make sense. Hope it's not like Gwen in Spider-Verse working as an intern. Like Gwen is an amazing Spider-Man. Wait, what? Well, Batwoman, I understand what you're saying. I don't think they're gonna do her like that. Batwoman is Bruce's cousin, so she probably wouldn't have an intern type of job. But I do understand what you're saying. They did do a Jimmy Olsen having a side work. No, I guess he wasn't really a side worker in Supergirl. He was like one of the. No, he was a side worker like her. He just was popular. Well, I don't know. He kind of got the Clark Kent treatment a little bit, but he did become a superhero. But I do understand what you're saying, like the whole woman secretary or whatever, and yeah, I understand what you're saying. That's kind of weird. It is definitely weird. But if they did give her her own field, like what you're saying, I think that would actually be pretty dope. And it would definitely bring a lot of development to her character without having to show too much at the same time. You know, like you don't have to show Bruce Wayne doing hella as a. You don't have to show Bruce Wayne doing a lot. You just show him doing a couple things as Bruce Wayne, and you know that's what Batman does when he's not Batman, you know? And if they give her that same type of vibe to where someone comes to her, or we just meet her regularly just as Kate, right? Kate, is that her name? I feel like her name is Kate. I might be wrong. But if we just meet her as Kate, and then the next thing we know, like, you know, she uses that information, and then she's just, boom, Batsuit. Like, that would be cool. I'm down for it. Like I said, I love Batman, and I think having the Bat family is a vibe already. So if we're getting all these other Batmen across the world, I think that would be really dope. But all we can do is kind of wait and see what's going to happen. And, but, you know, this is Scoop Central, baby, and that's what the scoop is that we got when it comes to Batman. All right. Moving on to our next scoop. For the DCU Trinity, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, David Corenswet as Superman, and whoever they cast as Batman. Zaslav wants Gadot to cameo in Superman Legacy to tie her to the DCU before her solo film. The reason they kept Gadot is mainly because they need a bankable star to bolster their potential sale to Comcast next spring. I say potential because Netflix is a major dark horse candidate to purchase WBD. So instead of just licensing IPs, they would have the content outright. So that is that for the DCU Trinity. We will be seeing Gadot get her, or Gadot. I think it's Gadot. Is it Gadot or Gadot? Let me know. But we will be seeing her reprise her role as Wonder Woman. And yeah, it's going to be a different take on her, though. You know, they're going to use that show on on Max, that's going to be the Game of Thrones style Themyscira show. They're going to use that to give more lore and depth to what's going on with her. And I believe they're also going to be giving her a different Trevor, whatever Br's name is, that she likes. They're going to give a different person for that. And, you know, just change up a lot so they're able to stand aside from what the old Wonder Woman did. And yeah, that's gonna be the DCU Trinity. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but we're gonna get Supes, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And what it sounds like is Batman is gonna have been a superhero for a while, and Wonder Woman either has been a superhero for a while or she's just now coming to like the rest of Earth and not just being in Themyscira. But I'm not sure what vibe they're gonna go with. But you know, let me know how you feel about it. I'm not mad at it. I thought she was perfect casting for Wonder Woman, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of her for Wonder Woman, but I understand what they're going with. I understand it. I know people are going to be like, yo, we got rid of Henry Cavill, but we kept Gal Gadot. She ain't even that good. You know what I mean? Like, I know people are going to say that, but it makes sense. I think we talked about this in a previous Scoop Central as well. She got a crazy standing ovation at the To-Doom event. Like Netflix's To-Doom event, they had it. She got a crazy standing ovation, and Henry Cavill also got a really big ovation as well. But they were going crazy for Gal Gadot. Like, for a fat minute. They were like, yo, she's like, they went insane. Everyone was surprised. Like, everybody, including her. She was like, bro, I had no idea. And then WBD was like, bro, we had no idea. And they was like, yo, let's keep that going. You know? That's what James Gunn wants. Maybe she's the Wonder Woman that he's going for. Hey, if we're getting like a Wonder Woman that's already established, and I would love if she has a sidekick as well. You know, if Wonder Woman had, what is Wonder Woman? Is Wonder Woman's sidekick's name Wonder Girl? That doesn't sound right, right? No, that's not right. Does Wonder Woman? Is her name also Wonder Woman? I don't know. Is it Wonder Girl? Wonder Girl sounds wild, yo. That just doesn't sound right. Damn, I guess it is right. I'll be damned. Wonder Girl, Superboy. Damn. Kid Flash. They really wasn't putting too much thought into them sidekick names. But I guess sidekick, that's like the staple of a sidekick, right? Is having the younger version of the name. Can't really hate on that. But yeah, yo, I would love to see it. I would love a universe where Batman and Wonder Woman have already been superheroes and Superman is just now being introduced, and he's showing everyone the new status quo of what it means to be a superhero. What? Bro, sign me all the way up for that, because that sounds dope as hell. I'm not going to lie. I mean, that's who Superman is, right? He is the status quo. And, you know, I think giving him that character depth of, you know, not one. I know people hate Boy Scout Superman, but I love Boy Scout Superman. And because Boy Scout Superman isn't just a pushover. It's not like he's just all sunshine and rainbows and, hey guys, let's fight for truth, justice, and the American way, and that's it. Nah, like he gonna whoop that ass for truth, justice, and the American way. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna fight tooth and nail for truth, justice, and the American way. Like Captain America in Endgame, when he freaking just and he just tightens it, bro, that is Superman. You know what I mean? Like that's Superman right there. And I think him fighting Doomsday was dope and stuff like that. But I really feel like when we get that Boy Scout Superman that will whoop that ass for like as a Boy Scout, I love that version because he don't take no shit and he be set tripping, and that's why him and Batman be set tripping with each other. And that is a great way to establish some beef between Superman and Batman if Batman already got this entire freaking syndicate of Batman across the world doing like fighting crime. Like that's cool, that's dope, but at the same time I can see why that could be an issue. You know what I'm saying? And imagine like 5 Batman fighting against Superman. What? That would be crazy. I want an established Justice League. I'm tired of seeing them come together. Let them tackle something as a team for once. Well, from what we know, what we've got from the Scoop Centrals before, right, is we're going to see Superman going against the Authority and the Green Lanterns and their whole idea of how to fight crime or whatever, and that might also include Batman Incorporated, right? And like I said, Superman showing the new status quo of what it means to be a hero, and then that kind of be the buildup of the Justice League team. So I think we're gonna see the Justice Society. We're either seeing the JSA or the JLA already established, but the actual Justice League isn't gonna be something that's, you know, happening just yet. And actually, speaking of Green Lantern, we can just move right on into the last thing in Scoop Central, and that is Blackest Night. A while back, I mentioned that this was in development. This crossover series was supposed to crossover into all of DC television before all the DC shows got canceled and led into the new DCU. Gunn has since axed that, and Gunn has no plans for Kyle Rayner showing up anytime soon. Guy Gardner will be the main Lantern of the DCU. Hal Jordan will come later and will be cast older, so we will most likely see him get killed off or something. Jon Stewart will come later and will team up with Gardner, but absolutely no Kyle Rayner anytime soon. So Guy Gardner will be our main Green Lantern of the DCU, and that connects to all of the scoops that we've had, as well as the casting for Guy Gardner in the DCU as well. So that kind of hits all three scoops that we've had for this at once. Oh. Let me know how y'all feel about this Blackest Night project coming into the fray. And we know that Green Lantern is going to be in Superman Legacy along with a multitude of other heroes to set up the greater world and just things like that, which we're all I'm pretty sure we've all been vocal about being excited about that. And I'm hyped to see that happen and come into fruition. Like, for real. That sounds fire. Do you think they'd ever do a live-action Justice League Dark Apocalypse War to kill off the old DCEU? Actually, that would be freaking pretty dope. That actually is going to be pretty dope. That sounds really cool. Superman versus Guy Gardner is definitely going to be Chef's Kiss on the big screen. Bruh, we're supposed to see some pretty dope stuff. I've got a couple scoops on actual action scenes that are supposed to be happening in the movie, supposedly, and I am all for it, yo. One of the things that we heard is Soups is going to actually punch bro into the atmosphere type shit. That, if that happens, bruh, we are in for a damn good time. Blackest Night, I think, will be 100 times harder to pull off than Endgame. Yeah, it would be for sure. But if we go once again, if we go into this already established DC universe and all this stuff has already happened, then we would be in a good spot to introduce yo, Guy Gardner actually isn't dead. He actually went crazy and started doing all this other shit. You know what I mean? Or Guy Gardner gets reintroduced and they're like, yo, how have you been alive this whole time? Or something wild like that, you know? That would be insane. Or Hal Jordan. I'm sorry, I kept saying Guy Gardner. I meant Hal Jordan. Excuse me. I misspoke. Yo, Hal Jordan. Yo, how where you been this whole time, G? What happened? I've been murdering Green Lanterns because I went crazy. Or something crazy like that. Imagine each Infinity Stone connected to emotions, different characters, and universes, planets. Yeah, that would be insane. That would be crazy to tie in the emotional spectrum to the Infinity Stones. I don't even know how that would happen. Should they skip to Wally West Flash? I think that would be the best thing to do. I think we've seen too many iterations of Barry Allen at this point, and I think a lot of people like Wally West more than Barry Allen too. I don't want to get attacked for that or anything, but I think a lot of people prefer Wally West as the Flash. I'm pretty sure he's also faster, right? I'm pretty sure Wally West is the fastest Flash that there's been, comic book wise and shit like that too, right? I don't think I'm wrong about that. But yeah, so I think they should. if we're in this already established universe, we can even have it be like Barry Allen is lost in the time, time somewhere. You feel me? And just do some shit like that, and then just always talk about him and be like, "Yo, yeah, we lost him in the fight before," and that'd be one of the things that sucked about not having Superman. Like people died before Superman came around, or something, or some shit like that. I don't know. But I think Barry Allen is good and done. We got it. We had an amazing run with him with the Flash show, even though it ended a little rocky. We had a movie with the Flash too. It was a movie for sure. And I think if we could just move past that, start giving Wally West some damn respect on his name, bring in some more sidekicks. Bring in that. They can bring in anyone, Bring any of the other Flashes in as they want to. Ooh, there it is. My neck was tight. How would you guys feel about skipping to Wally West Flash? What Flash would you want? Barry Allen, or are you good with skipping Barry Allen and going to Wally West? Another great way to set themselves aside. It's just with the Flash comes the multiverse immediately. Like there's not having a multiverse. That's just what the Flash leads to. You know what I mean? Like there is no not having a multiverse with the Flash around. It's literally like automatic. Like, oh, is there a Flash in this universe? Okay, the multiverse exists. Yeah. It's always been kind of wild to me how Spider-Man is like the Flash and Superman's characters, but not either of those characters at all at the same time, It's always wild. That's always been wild to me. Because, like, Spider-Man is, like, connected to the multiverse kind of the same way that the Flash is. But Spider-Man is also kind of like that Superman character of, Captain America is really, like, the truth, justice, and American way type of vibe. But Spider-Man is really, like, the Boy Scout, I guess you could say Cap is a Boy Scout, but I think that's more MCU Cap is a Boy Scout. I might be wrong about that, though. But you know what I mean? I think Spider-Man has always been kind of like a Boy Scoutish character, and that's why it's always hit so hard when his character goes to those darker tones and those darker vibes. It just hits different. I want Billy Maguire as the Flash. Okay, that's different. Billy Maguire as the Flash is crazy. Let's not do that. But yeah, yo. Let me know how y'all feel about all that stuff that we've talked about in Scoop Central today. If y'all not in the Discord already, go on and jump on in the Discord. You can jump in the Scoop Central chat as well and tell me how you feel about all the scoops. And we have some other scoops in there that we haven't even talked about on the shows yet. Like, that's where you can get all the updated scoops of what's going on is in the Discord. So make sure y'all jump on in there so you can be on in there, if you know what I'm saying. I understand why the Flash is connected to the multiverse because light speed physics, blah, 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 blah. But why the fuck are spiders connected to the multiverse? I don't understand. Yeah, I never really understood that either, but, webs. That's really just it. It's just because webs. Like, because webs is really the answer to that question, and I'm sorry about that. Like, I'm sorry about that. But, because webs is the answer. Yeah. I don't know. Blue Maguire is Evil Peter from Spider-Man 3. Yeah, I got you. The Spider-Verse is connected by the web of life and destiny. This is a subsection of the Marvel multiverse that connects all versions of Spider-Man from across the multiverse in a series of shared events and attributes. The idea is that every universe that has a spider hero, they are part of this great web. And that's it. That's the best I could do. What movies are Elseworlds at the moment, and what other movies will be for DC? So, at this time, Blue Beetle is the first movie. Blue Beetle is the first character of the DCU. Superman Legacy will be the first movie of the DCU. The Batman 2 and Joker 2 are Elseworlds projects. The Flash and Aquaman are supposed to be the bookends of DCU as well. And then everything else that's going to be coming out should be DCU, depending on how that first movie goes. If the first movie tanks, then DC is going to go more towards an Elseworlds for everything and not that shared universe that they want to do. But if the movie hits, then it will be popping. Thoughts on the new Suicide Squad game, and just give us a Mortal Kombat versus Justice League at this point in 4 years? Yeah, for real. The new Suicide Squad game looks pretty dope. I think they keep like putting it back though. Blue Beetle is Elseworlds because that won't be probably the same one we see in his movie. Well, from what he said, that's all I'm going off of. From what James Gunn said is that Blue Beetle will be the first character of the DCU, but the first movie of the DCU will be Superman Legacy. So the character may still be DCU, but the story from the movie may not be canon, but the character might go over like Gal Gadot is. How you explained the DC timeline sounded like results from the show Maury. Yeah. You are not the multiverse. You are not part of the DCU. Holy crap. All right, y'all. With all that being said, I had no idea that it was 9:17. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and vibing with me today. It's been a fantastic, marvelous Monday with y'all, and I definitely appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in and vibing with me. And we've been vibing and we've been chilling, and yeah, I definitely appreciate all of that, So I appreciate y'all, and I definitely hope everybody has a really good rest of their day and night and all that good stuff. And tomorrow, tune in for the trailer watch party where we will be watching a whole bunch of trailers. I'm hoping to do a watch party for the animation of Wheel of Time soon here as well. And I hope everybody can tune in for that. And yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of things like that. So I definitely appreciate all the loves. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you drop a like on the stream because it helps out tremendously. And make sure you follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all the latest news, movie reviews, and content that we post every single day. And you can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito across all platforms to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on whatever particular thing I'm partaking in at that particular time. Make sure y'all tune in with Gamer Vision. If you guys didn't see, we did go live here on Marvel Bros channel for Gamer Vision on last Friday. We do Gamer Vision two times a month. And so definitely tune into that. those streams will go privated after we do them here on the channel, but they'll stay up over there on Vane Esports. So if you guys are interested in seeing what we talked about with all the gaming vibes and what happened in gaming recently, you can go check that out. Or if you're a Brovenger, you'll be able to check that out as well. Or you can go over there to the Vane Esports channel and check it out for freezy. So definitely appreciate all the vibes and all the love. We will be getting into some watch parties here very soon, and I hope everyone is ready. T-minus 16 days until Ahsoka, and T-minus 16 days until we get to initiate those sacred watch parties yet again. Once again, I appreciate all you guys for real. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the likes and the vibes. If you guys have anything you want me to do for videos, definitely jump into the Discord. We have the video request section for you guys to be able to be like, hey, can you do a video on this or a video on that? And, I will if I can. If I can't, then I'll do a live on it. But either way, it might happen, or I'll just talk about it here on the show. So just let me know what you guys want to get into. And I'll see you guys on the next episode of Marvel Bros. I appreciate you, and I hope everybody has a good rest of the day. And as I always say, stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget, stay marvelous. Excelsior.
If you guys would like to support Marvel Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.
On today's pop culture news update.